Reich system, Wentz was an MVP. It's the best place you can go. But this Bears team is a sleeping giant. Trubisky is not a good quarterback. We know that. He's not good. But in the past 3 years, with the Bears roster and Matt Nagy, he's put up numbers similar to Baker Mayfield, who is a pretty good quarterback. So, with Matt Nagy's system and the Bears roster, Mitch Trubisky, 25-13, 65% completion percentage, and a 90 passer rating. That tells you Nagy just needs a better quarterback. So get Darnold or Wentz. I mean, Darnold or Wentz is a great they can do pretty well. I mean, if you're Wentz or Darnold, you get a great defense. You get 2 easy wins against the Lions every year. You have a great defense. You have a great wideout and a talented running back. I think if Wentz goes to the Colts, but the Bears would do fine with him. Just like the Bears would do fine for fine with Darnold. So, I mean, I think that's I mean, I really think, I don't know, it's well, I don't know. Maybe Trubisky's better than we think. It's possible. I don't know. But I think it's Matt Nagy. I do. And I think anyone can succeed under that. Well, not anyone, but anyone better than Trubisky can succeed under that system. So, let's get some music going. I feel like I've been talking too dry for a bit, so let's get some music going here. Here we go. So the Falcons GM says you should always bring in quarterbacks, whether it's draft or free agency. Now, let's be real here. You don't always have to bring in a quarterback. And you do have Matt Ryan. I think they should take a quarterback in 1 or 2 years. But he finally got an offensive coach. And if they draft a quarterback, this might be a Rodgers situation, where you draft a quarterback and all of a sudden Matt Ryan's putting up great numbers. And but he's also 35. And I know Rodgers is 37, but Matt Ryan's great, but he's not Rodgers. So I think take a quarterback in 1 or 2 years, maybe even this year if you can. But if you can't get it this year, look into it next year. Unless Matt Ryan blows our socks off with offensive coach. And he might. So I'd look at a quarterback for the next couple of years. So Tiki Barber was a pretty good running back for the Giants. He says moving on from Garoppolo would be a big mistake. Now, another thing you should look at is, does Shanahan really want to develop another quarterback in a division like this? The Cardinals are surging. The Rams are right there with Stafford. The Seahawks are still there with Wilson. As long as Wilson's running things, they're going to be successful. You know, do you really want to be the outlier in that division? He's 7-26 without him, and it's not like they're bad with Jimmy G. I mean, he's 24-8, and they were one throw away from winning the Super Bowl. But Jimmy G is also never available and has missed 23 games. So, big debate. By the way, we're almost winding down here. What is this? Okay, 35, 40 minutes. Okay, I'll take it. Pretty long podcast. I like it. So, we're on our final topic. Sorry about the music there. LeBron was offered to play for the Cowboys and Seahawks in 2011. We're coming back to this. Now, the NBA is a contact sport. People do, get physical a bit. But NFL is like a collision sport. Now, what people are saying why LeBron wouldn't succeed is, he flops, he's overdramatic at times, but he's 6'9", 260, runs a 4.6, which is pretty much what Kelsey is. And I mean, I understand the flopping. It can be a little annoying, but let's face it, we're in a flopping league right now. Everyone flops in this league. And honestly, you won't be able to guard LeBron in the red zone. 6'9", 260. He fades back in the red zone. Who's going to stop him? Who? I mean, the only guy stopping him is Mitch Trubisky because he's not going to make the throw. But this is an unanswered question, and I like unanswered questions sometimes. Because that requires a long podcast because you spend so long talking about it because it's an unanswered question and you don't know the answer. I love those questions, but 35-minute podcast here. All right. So all right, that's pretty good stuff today. NFL talk still. We got some NBA talk in. You know what? I should have probably Sorry, I have not gotten used to talking about or looking at baseball news at all. For some reason, I don't know why. But all right. So, all right. You know what? Here's something. So the Cubs owner said that the reports of Kris Bryant trade were false with the Mets. He said, right now, we're currently not engaged in any trade talks. And, this is not the first time an executive has debunked a Bryant trade offer. I mean, after reports said the Nationals were in talks to acquire him, they said he hadn't had a serious conversation with the Cubs about the infielder in 2 years. I mean, Kris Bryant is one of the most likeliest pieces for Chicago to move if the organization continues the payroll thing. This is his final season before free agency. He's earning $19 million a year. He's 29. He's also just 1 year removed from being an all-star, though. They shouldn't trade him because what were the Cubs even last year? What did they do last year? I don't remember. Let's see this. All right, they were 80. Whoa, hold on. Let's see this. I'm sorry. Alright. So last year they were 34 and 26. Okay, that's not bad. That's actually not much. Is that better than the Yankees? I think that's better than the Yankees. I think they're in a pretty good spot. I'd keep Kris Bryant. Keep him put. I mean, it's probably best that they don't engage in any trade talks right now. Alright, so good stuff today. We got some MLB talk in. I'm always glad to do that. NBA, NFL talk as well. And, this is Daily Dose of Dylan. Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify. Even if you're listening on Spreaker, this is Daily Dose of Dylan. Have a great day.